Today we're taking a look at 5 products that I've been loving lately, and hopefully at least 4 of these are products that you don't think of very often or probably don't have. None of these are sponsored. These are all just products that I've really been enjoying for these past several months. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so starting off with number 1, let's go Airfly. This little dongle is a really cool, pretty well-priced accessory that allows you to both send audio to devices and take audio from to connect AirPods or any pair of wireless headphones. Now these type of kind of Bluetooth dongles have been around for a while, but I really like this one because of how easy it is to connect specifically my AirPods when I'm flying. This one is the Airfly Pro. It's around $55, which I think is a pretty good deal. And they have 2 cheaper options, which go down $10 each time with fewer features. But this one, you basically plug it into the 3.5mm jack on a plane. You turn it on, put your AirPods in pairing mode, and they're connected within 2 seconds. The first time I used this, I didn't even know how to set it up. I just kind of fumbled around and got it set up in less than a minute. So that was really nice. And it's got something like 20-hour battery life charged via USB-C. So if you're just using this for flights, you can get a lot of flights out of that, depending on if they're domestic or international flights or whatever. And you can actually pair up to 2 AirPods with this. So if you're on a flight, you can share the audio with the person sitting next to you, which you might not want to do because of course you're only looking at one screen. But if you're trying to keep movies in sync, I know my brother and sister-in-law, they like to watch movies together when they fly. So something like this to pair multiple pairs of Bluetooth headphones to a plane seat is awesome. Now you can also go old school and plug this into an aux in a car and send media from your device to your car or a Bluetooth speaker or whatever you want. So this one, the Pro, the one that I would recommend, can actually send audio both ways. And I just highly recommend it. I think it's a really cool product. And I just always have this in my backpack, just on the little lanyard, so that whenever I'm flying, I have it ready and I can watch movies in comfort because everyone knows that the included headphones, like the dollar headphones that they give you, are terrible. So having noise cancellation with my AirPod Pros and not needing a cable and not needing a big pair of Bluetooth headphones makes traveling in particular so much better. Okay, up next, this is a Moft wallet for MagSafe. I love it. Again, not sponsored. I know Moft has been a channel sponsor in the past, but this video, I love this. I've been using it for months, and I pretty much always keep this in my back pocket. Now, you very easily can attach this, of course, to your iPhone 12, 13, or 14, and it works as a great little wallet solution on the back. Now, what's awesome about this is that you can actually fold it into a quick little stand to have your phone held up just like this. But you can also turn it sideways and have it as a stand in landscape for movies. The first few weeks that I had this wallet, I would be looking for a stand and be like, I can't find anything, and I'd prop this up on a book, and then remember, oh yeah, I've got one in my back pocket. That's because I do always keep this in my back pocket, and I keep 3 cards in here, so kind of my 3 essentials. I have my state ID, my credit card, and then my train card for getting around Boston, my Charlie card. So this fits 3 comfortably. I fit 4 in here when I need to, as well as a bill of cash if I need to as well. So 3 to 4 cards, 3 I think is most comfortable. And after several months, I think maybe I'm at 6 months or so of using this, it's holding up perfectly. And this is great too because then I can keep my wallet just for some of those other credit cards or other cash or other things that I sometimes need, but always have this ready with the essentials. It comes in a ton of colors and the price is pretty fair. And it's also a pretty strong magnet. That's the biggest 1-star aspect I've seen on this on Amazon, is that the magnets aren't that strong, but it's not bad. And you can use this kind of as like a pop socket type holder. I don't do that often, but I don't really see any problem with you doing that. I wouldn't trust this with your life, this magnet, but for most uses, I find this to work really well. Now up next might be something that you're not expecting, but it's actually a Kindle. Now I absolutely love my Kindle. This is the Paperwhite. I think it's the newest model. I mean, they come out with a new one every couple of years that barely adds anything. But there's the cheapest one, around $100, and this is the slightly more expensive one, around $140, but I love it. This one has a flat edge on the front, which makes it really sleek and just feel nice and laminated type display. It has USB-C for charging, when you need to charge it every month or two. Seriously doesn't require much charging, just a few times a year for charging. And if you pay more to get the more expensive model, you can get wireless charging too. I just didn't think that was necessary. The display is 300 ppi, and I find this to be great. I previously had the cheaper model, which had like 167 ppi display, but this is much better, many more pixels per inch. So it's a good looking display. And what's nice about this is that it has both brightness controls and temperature controls. So you can get it warmer for the nighttime and cooler for the daytime. And then of course you can adjust it depending on the sunlight outside. And it's e-ink, which of course means that this is awesome in direct sunlight. Now what I've been actually using this for is kind of twofold. One, I have a 25-minute train ride in and out of work every day. This is perfect for reading every day. Just pick up right where I left off the day before. No matter what book it is, I have it ready. Obviously, there's some disadvantages with having a Kindle versus a real book, and some books I do like to have the physical copy, but for many books, I like to just get it on here and get going. But then secondly, I also have been doing like a 10-week program where I'm sending weekly documents to my Kindle and reading it on here. This has been really nice for me. So every week I get sent this document, and then I share it to my Kindle. I do that on my phone. I share it to the Kindle app. But you can also do this from your computer, and you can even install, I think it's Chrome and not Safari, but it could be the opposite, extension that allows you to send articles and web pages to your Kindle. So whenever I see a web page or an article that I want to read, instead of keeping that tab open forever and never getting around to it, I just send it to my Kindle, and I know that whenever I have a moment to kill, I will go get my Kindle, pull up an article that I sent, and get reading. And it's also just great because you don't get distracted. There's nothing else to do on here at all. You can listen to Audible on here, but again, it's Audible without distractions. There is a web browser. I've used it once when I had a very specific thing I wanted to look up because it's just so slow and limited that you wouldn't want to use it for other things. So this has been amazing for me. It's really helped me read more and read less distracted. So I would recommend a Kindle to anyone who's trying to read more. I think it is a wonderful device. Next, this one you probably heard of and you might even have. This is the AirTag. Now the AirTag to me is a surprising Apple product because at this point, at least, it's a one-time cost with so far no subscription. And I hope it stays that way, but who knows? But this is awesome. I have one in my backpack and I have one in my luggage anytime I travel, and obviously one on my keys. So for $100, I have 4. And I always know where my luggage is when I'm traveling. I can see if it gets left behind, and it works so well just because the network of iPhones around it is so good. I don't really have much more to say about this. Maybe you have some privacy concerns with it. That's up for you to decide and debate, but I think AirTags are a pretty good value at $100 for a 4-pack, and I've replaced the battery on these a couple times, but in theory they should last many years because you just replace the $2 battery inside. And last but not least, or actually probably least on this list, is one I talked about last video, and it's for anyone using the Apple Pencil first generation. I think this little $10 magnetic grip is a must-have for several reasons. One, just makes it more comfortable for writing, especially long term. 2, it prevents your pencil from rolling off a desk because it stops with the little magnetic hump here, or the little ridge. And finally, it gives you a magnet that you can attach it to either your iPad 10th gen on the magnetic side, or a magnetic strip that you attach to a case or a keyboard on your iPad. So I think this is a wonderful little accessory if you are rocking the Apple Pencil first generation. So anyway, those are 5 products that I've been using a lot lately. You don't have to get any of them. Maybe they inspire you for a good present or a gift for someone else. And if you buy it, make sure you're actually going to use it or actually want it. So thanks for watching. I'll leave links down below. See you in the next video.